Imagine being a lifelong dog owner, someone who has raised four dogs successfully, suddenly meeting a dog that makes you feel completely powerless. A dog that screams during your business calls, destroys your home the second you step out, and completely ignores the treats you try to bribe her with. That was the reality for my client Tom when he adopted Happy. But right now, as Tom and I are on our coaching call, Happy is doing something she never could do before, which is absolutely nothing. She's sound asleep, and here's how we flip the script on an untrainable beagle dog. Happy the Beagle was only a year old, but already on her third owner. She was wild, overaroused, and deeply anxious. Tom didn't know what exactly he needed to do, but he did what mainstream media told him to do, and it was he used treats to train the beagle and also solve his problems. So, Tom, you have a beagle. Her name is Happy. And how old is Happy?
She's just about a year old now.
Year old. And what challenges and struggles did you have before?
Well, when I first got her, she was quite wild, actually, ripping things up and tearing around the house. Um, and so we had difficulties just calming her down and controlling her.
Yeah,
Um,
and one of the challenges I believe was just something simple as this: as you were trying to have video calls with your friends, families, and maybe clients and all that, she would be driving you crazy, barking and all that, right?
yes, yes, she wanted to take part in everything.
Yeah,
Um, when people came over, she was constantly jumping on everyone. Well, during phone calls, she was up on her hind legs and barking. So it was difficult to do ordinary things around the house. And I couldn't leave the house very often because she would,
right.
if I stepped out, she would get very anxious and start tearing things up.
So
Um,
she was handful.
yes, she was a handful. She was a
Yeah.
handful. I was her third owner. And so there was a lot of transition to her. That explains in part some of her behavior, but also training, and I used to use treats, and I didn't realize that actually I was reinforcing some of her bad habits,
Right,
which I
right.
learned
Yeah,
from you.
yeah, yeah.
I learned that. Whoops, I'm doing
Yeah.
it the wrong way.
When a dog, no matter if it's newly adopted, rehomed a few times, or lived in your house for a few years, overall it's a hyper aroused or anxious dog. And adding food into the equation doesn't calm the mind. It creates a frantic transactional loop where the dog gets more confused and more stressed because the nerve system of stressed, anxious dog cannot and does not want to respond or deal with treats or food. So, therefore, the dog develops a negative association with the treat or the food that you are offering. And that is why you don't get the results that you hope to get from your dog's behavior. You can offer a dog treats or food as long as it is not for training purposes or is not for a transaction. So Tom realized that typical dog training advice doesn't work for the unique situation of his dog, especially hounds or independent breeds like beagles. He went searching for answers and stumbled on my videos. You found me and we worked together for a few weeks. And what is the after? How do you feel it now?
Well, like right now, we're having a phone call. She's quietly sitting, sleeping, I think,
Mm,
on the floor nearby,
yeah,
and is a lot more manageable. I think she really is a lot happier than she was before,
yeah.
with structure and with this approach.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
And
it's been really
what
good.
would you say one of the main things that you learned from me would that stood out for you?
Well, obviously, play and praise makes a big difference, and not using treats. That was a big breakthrough. Using the leash and keeping her on leash a lot more, and of course the five essential elements or five essential needs.
Yes.
which I do on a regular basis throughout the day, a couple times a day. That routine has helped stabilize our my relationship with Happy, with the dog.
So I just had a few weeks to help Tom with his Beagle Happy. We started with developing a plan that could work for Tom, his lifestyle, and his needs. So the first thing that we did was swap the transactional treats for the play and praise framework. We started utilizing the leash indoors to create controlled structure and stop the pacing and gain some control over Happy. And finally, we implemented my holistic foundation, which is implementing the five essential needs and routine to establish and stabilize the dog's emotional baseline before doing any commands training. So just after a few weeks, we started to see results, and Tom was able to relax and have fun with Happy.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Absolutely.
good. That's
Much more
good.
manageable, and we're a lot happier.
Would you recommend this program for dog owners, especially beagle owners?
By all means, because beagles really are a little different from other dogs. She's my fifth dog. I've had dogs all my life. This is the first one I really had difficulty training and getting to fit into my lifestyle. Yeah, by all means, and you're very supportive and very insightful, and that helps a great deal.
Very
Uh,
good. Thank you. Yes.
sure.
Thank you very much. And thank you for sharing this story. And hopefully it will help other beagle owners, or other dog owners, just to
Mhm.
what they're supposed to do. Yes. So if you feel stuck and are where Tom used to be, I can help you to have that peace of mind today. Apply for my coaching program using the link in the description, and I'll see you